Chicago Bulls jokes, NBA jokes. Q. What do you call an Chicago Bulls player with a championship ring? A. A thief. Q. What's the difference between the Chicago Bulls and a dollar bill? A. You can still get 4 quarters out of a dollar bill. Q. What do the Chicago Bulls and possums have in common? A. Both play dead at home and get killed on the road. Q. What is the difference between a Bulls fan and a baby? A. The baby will stop whining after a while. Q. How many Chicago Bulls players does it take to change a tire? A. 1, unless it's a blowout, in which case they all show up. Q. What do you call 12 millionaires around a TV watching the NBA Finals? A. The Chicago Bulls. Q. How do you keep an Chicago Bulls player out of your yard? A. Put up a basketball net. Q. What is a Chicago Bulls fan's favorite wine? A. We can't beat Boston. Q. How do you stop an Chicago Bulls fan from beating his wife? A. Dress her in Boston green and white. Q. What is th difference between a bucket of shit and an Chicago Bulls fan? A. The bucket. Q. If you have a car containing a Bulls power forward, a Bulls point guard, and a Bulls center, who is driving the car? A. The cop. Q. How do you castrate an Chicago Bulls fan? A. Kick his sister in the mouth. Q. What should you do if you find 3 Chicago Bulls basketball fans buried up to their neck in cement? A. Get more cement. Q. What's the difference between an Chicago Bulls fan and a carp? A. One is a bottom-feeding scum sucker, and the other is a fish. Q. How did the Chicago Bulls fan die from drinking milk? A. The cow fell on him. Q. What does an Chicago Bulls fan do when his team has won the NBA Finals? A. He turns off the PlayStation 3. Q. How many Chicago Bulls fans does it take to change a light bulb? A. None. Lava lamps don't burn out, man. Q. What does a Chicago Bulls fan and a bottle of beer have in common? A. They're both empty from the neck up. Q. Why do Chicago Bulls fans keep their season tickets on their dashboards? A. So they can park in handicap spaces. Q. How do the Bulls spend the first week of training camp? A. Studying the Miranda rights. Q. How do you keep a Bulls fan from masturbating? A. You paint his dick Boston green and white and he won't beat it for 4 years. Q. Why do ducks fly over United Center upside down? A. There's nothing worth craping on. Q. Why doesn't Springfield have a professional basketball team? A. Because then Chicago would want one. Q. What do you call a Chicago Bull in the NBA Finals? A. A referee. Q. Did you hear that Chicago's basketball team doesn't have a website? A. They can't string 3 Ws together. Bulls fan. A Bulls fan dies on match day and goes to heaven in his black and red jersey. He knocks on the old pearly gates and out walks Street Peter. Hello mate, says Street Peter. I'm sorry, no Bulls fans in heaven. What? Exclaims the man, astonished. You heard, no Bulls fans. But, I've been a good man, replies the Bulls supporter. Oh really, says Street Peter. What have you done, then? Well, said the supporter, 3 weeks before I died, I gave $100 to the starving children in Africa. Oh, says Street Peter. Anything else? Well, 2 weeks before I died I also gave $100 to the homeless. Anything else? Yet. A week before I died I gave $100 to the Albanian orphans. Okay, said Street Peter, you wait here a minute while I have a word with the God. 10 minutes pass before Street Peter returns. He looks the bloke in the eye and says, I've had a word with God and he Agrees with me. Here's your $300 back, now fuck off. Genie. A Bulls fan and a Celtics fan stumble upon a magic lamp. The Bulls fan gets to it first, picks it up and gives it a rub. There's a flash, a puff of smoke, and a genie appears. The genie looks at the two men and demands to know who it was that rubbed the lamp. Delighted, the Bulls fan announces that it was him. Okay, says the genie, so you get 3 wishes. But there's a catch. What's that then? Asks the Jazz fan. Well, whatever you wish for, I'll give the other guy double. That's all right with me, says the Bulls fan, and starts the ball rolling by wishing for £1,000,000. Granted, says the genie, but the Celtics fan gets 2 million. Fair enough. Now, I'd like a nice new Ferrari. Done. But the Celtics fan gets 2 Ferraris. Okay, says the Bulls fan, I'd like to donate a kidney. Carlos Boozer. Carlos Boozer walks into a sperm donor bank in London. I'd like to donate some sperm, he says to the receptionist. Certainly sir, replies the receptionist. Have you donated before? Yes, replies Carlos, you should have my details on your computer. Oh yes, I've found your details, says the receptionist, but I see you're going to need help. Shall I call your wife for you? Why do I need help? Asks Carlos. The receptionist replies. Well, it says on your record that you're a useless wanker. Condoms. What's clear and goes on a prick? A clear condom. What's black and goes on a prick? A black condom. What's red and black and goes on a prick? A Bulls jersey. That's a problem. What do you call 10 Chicago Bulls fans on the moon? A problem. What do you call 100 Chicago Bulls fans on the moon? A problem. What do you call 1,000 Chicago Bulls fans on the moon? Still a problem. What do you call all of the Chicago Bulls fans on the moon? Problem solved.